Good afternoon, Southend Christian Fellowship, and anyone else who happens to be watching this video post. It's great to be with you and to be able to share with you today just what God's placed on my heart for today and for you over the coming week or so. I just want to talk about three aspects of being a disciple of Jesus. I've been reading through some of the Gospels and some of the Gospel accounts and how the early disciples interacted with Jesus. And I just want to talk to you this afternoon around, firstly, pursuing Jesus, secondly, reproducing Jesus, and thirdly, representing Jesus. And I just think there's three keys to the disciples' life as they grew in their relationship and their understanding of how to relate to God, how to connect to God, how to connect with Jesus. And firstly, you go back to the early Gospels, the early chapters of the Gospels, and you see that Jesus came to his disciples and he said, "Hey, come follow me." There was an invitation from Jesus himself for the disciples to follow him, and the stories talk about how they left what they were doing. They left everything they had, everything they'd known, everything they engaged in up to today, up to that moment, and they left it all in pursuit of Jesus. And wherever he went, they went, and they followed him diligently, and regardless of what was going on, they remained faithful to him in their pursuit of Jesus. And I just want to encourage you this afternoon to be a disciple of Jesus that pursues him wherever he goes, to know where he is, to keep running after him, to keep pursuing Jesus, to be a pursuer of Jesus. Put yourself in a place where you're close to him, where you're surrounded by him, where you know where he is and you're interacting with him the whole time. That whatever's going on, you're more concerned about being with him than anything else. That we will be known as a church family, as a family of God that will pursue Jesus. And secondly, I want to talk about that dynamic about reproducing Jesus. And over the course of the Gospels and into the New Testament, you see that the disciples of Jesus were really able to learn what it meant to reproduce Jesus. They would be around him, they would learn from him, they would see him, the way he touched people, the way he healed people, the way he related to Father God. And then as you read through, as they grew in stature, they were able to reproduce Jesus on the earth. They were able to heal the sick like he did. They will be able to extend friendship and reconciliation and forgiveness like he did. And I want to encourage us not only to be a people that pursue Jesus, but a people that learn what it means to reproduce Jesus, to be like him on the earth. And then as you read through the New Testament, you understand in Corinthians, in 2 Corinthians chapter 5, it talks about us being an ambassador of Christ. Someone who actually represents Jesus on the earth. And I just want to leave you with the thought, the challenge, the encouragement that as over this weekend and into next week, that we will be disciples of Christ. We will be a family of God that learn how to pursue God, that learn how to reproduce God, and learn how to represent God, to be his ambassadors. And I want to encourage you, whatever you're involved in, whoever you're speaking to, whatever circumstances you find yourself in, to be somebody that's pursuing Jesus, reproducing Jesus, and representing Jesus on the earth. So we can see the fullness of heaven established on the earth, the fullness of his kingdom established on the earth. His love, his compassion, his power established on the earth. God bless you well.